Let's come into the studio for some royal analysis. Nina, is this what could get Harry back into the good graces of the British people?
Well, I've watched the first 2 episodes of the series, and it is fantastic. It is very compelling. The stories are wonderful. It's beautifully filmed. It's very, very emotional. It's actually very moving. I find it hard to watch without crying at some of the stories of these incredibly brave, afflicted soldiers and what the games mean to them. But to pick out those 2 little phrases you would imagine that the whole thing is about Harry whining on. It's not at all that. It's the story of the games, the story of the people, and the story of what the games mean to them. And those 2 comments that you've picked out, when he said he didn't get therapy, when he may have been advised to get therapy, but you need to have more than that. I think what he was pointing out was that there's the great loneliness when you come back from active service, and all the servicemen said that. There's a loneliness, you're on your own. And you know, he said it's only when you're in a fetal position, lying on the ground crying, that you realise that you do need something. And he went for that. And so I just don't see the problem. He's done a brilliant job with the Invictus Games. He continues to do that. And I think this will go a long way to showing, you know, it's very unfair to pick out these tiny things. It's a 5-part series, and these are 2 comments that less than 20 seconds each.
Lynn, bringing you in for your reaction.
Funny enough, I do echo a lot of what you say. You know, there's so many people that have watched this and they've been empowered. But the only thing I would agree with some of the commentary is that it is being slightly disingenuous, and I think it is almost offensive to the services, because armies, the Navy, they offer counselling after, and it would have been nice for him to say, maybe I didn't take the support, maybe I didn't reach out, but there was that support available to me, because as we know, he did receive therapy when he was 28. He did receive therapy after Diana, his mother's death. So it's a bit frustrating to hear how he's said it. But like you said, I think that we're picking, or the media's picking on these tiny little things where, you know, why don't we hear some of the amazing things where he's donated massive amounts from even his Libel case, he's donated from his memoir, he's going to donate from this, and we don't seem to ever gravitate towards the positives that he's doing. It's always these tiny little incidentals that we hone in on, and I think that's just massively negative.
Do you think you can understand then why he creates these Netflix series, these 6-part series? It's his way of kind of countering that narrative.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, I am one of those who was getting a bit sick and tired of Harry seeming to be like a lost puppy behind Meghan, and everything was all about, you know, what they've gone through, which is not always a negative, that's their truth. However, we remember Harry for being this sort of, you know, about the Invictus Games, about his passion for those servicemen and what they went through. And I think this is actually going to win the hearts of many, instead of him and Meghan talking about much to do about nothing. This has real meaning, so I'm glad that he's done this.